What's up, everyone? We did it! 2017 is in the books. Today is the last trading day of the year. It's my 236th day of 2017. What a year it has been. We're going to get into the midday market recap. I'm finishing today with another $4,114. But before we do, I just wanted to thank you guys. Every single one of you. You're on YouTube, you're on Facebook. You guys are part of the extended Warrior Trading family, and you've watched me during this journey, starting a year ago, January 1st, with $583 and one goal. The goal was to turn it into $100,000. That was my goal for 2017. I thought that was realistic because in 2016, I made $222,000, but I was trading in a regular size account the full year. So I thought for 2017, it might take me 2, 3, 4 months to build up to 25,000. And, setting the goal of 100 grand for the year was good. That was maybe a little conservative, but good. And I hit $100,000 on March 8th. So I came in 9 months early, and I've just been building the account for the rest of the year. I crossed over $250,000. Then I crossed over $300,000, and I'm finishing here with $335,000 in profits. What a year! Now, it wasn't all big green days. It wasn't all fun. I had some red days. I had some days that, I was feeling deflated. I was feeling frustrated, but I still came on and did my midday market recap. I didn't miss a single day, and that's because I wanted this to be a transparent journey. I wanted you to be able to really see what it was like, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. And I want to thank you guys for giving me the thumbs up, the likes, and all the comments, even on those bad days. Because I really think, at first I didn't want to do it, but it really made me accountable to my trades. It forced me to really analyze what I did wrong, the mistakes I made. And I think because of that, I've actually become a better trader. So I want to thank you guys for helping make me a better trader. And so as I finished this year, obviously it's been an incredible year. So you might be wondering, what's on the horizon for 2018? How do I top it? Well, 2018, I'm going to keep growing this account. My goal is to turn it into $1 million. And when I do, I'll have proven that becoming a millionaire trading, taking $583 and turning it into $1 million, doesn't require a background in finance, doesn't require a big bank account to start with. All it requires is a set of rules and a strategy for how you're going to trade the market and the discipline to follow the rules. Now, there are times where, I've broken the rules and I've had to do my punishment, which is run 5 miles or ride my bike 15 miles. So we all break rules from time to time, but we have to have the discipline to know that we broke the rule and to get ourselves back, back in line. And I want to thank you guys for helping keep me focused this year. So for 2018, I will also be trading in an IRA account. So I put in $5,500 of my profits from 2017 into an IRA. And in January, I'll put another $5,500 into an IRA. So I'll have about $10,000 or $11,000 in the IRA that I'll start trading in January. So that'll be kind of interesting because that account is a smaller account and I am limited under the PDT rule. And I'll trade it side by side with my regular account. And those two accounts will grow and the combined profits at the end of 2018 will be whatever they are. And I think in 2019, that'll probably be when I cross over that big line in the sand, the $1 million. And I'm just, I'm so excited to do it. So anyways, we'll get into the midday market recap. I just wanted to thank you guys for being part of this journey and for a great year and encourage you that if you want to become a master of the markets, you want to become a trader, Warrior Trading is the place to be. We'd love to have you join the Warrior Trading family, get into the chat room and start 2018 off on the right note. It's a new year, new you, so let's get after it. All right, so with all that said, let's get into the midday market recap and talk about today's trades.
Ladies and gentlemen, here he comes, the man, the myth, the legend. He takes $583 and turns it into $335,000 in 1 year, all while wearing his pajamas. He's been called the most handsome man in the universe. Let's give it up, everybody, for Mr. Ross Cameron. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Please, very generous introduction. Everyone sit down, sit down. Thank you, thank you. I know, please stop clapping. I know this has been an incredible year. Thank you. Everyone can sit down. Again, thank you all so much. Let's get on with it. Today's midday market recap. So this has been obviously an incredible year. We're finishing here. This is the last day of 2017, my 236th trading day, and I am just so grateful. It's been absolutely incredible. It really just, I wouldn't have guessed that this would be my best year of my trading career. And it would start from $583. But that's exactly what happened. So I started here January 1st, about a year ago, with a very small account. The goal was to turn it into $100,000. And I thought it would take me the entire year to do that. And obviously, I crossed over $100,000 on March 8th. And since then, I've just been, steadily making progress. So I'm finishing here with $335,000 in profits. In fact, it's $335,472.18, which is it's crazy. So, and that's just from the account that started with 583. I've got another $30,000 on top of that. So, $370,000 in total profits this year, and that also doesn't include the money that I've made in the market in long-term investments. That is the profits that I put away at the beginning of the year. In March or in April, I took $70,000 out, put it into the S&P 500, and well, you guys can see what the S&P 500 has done in the last 9 months. It's been absolutely awesome. So I'm not even counting that because that was not really even, I just put it away and let it work. But, that's another $8,000 or $9,000. So I'm just, super, super pumped. This has been a really awesome year. So why don't we get into it? Today is our last midday market recap. We're going to do this again through all of 2018. Nothing different here. We're just going to keep doing the midday market recap every single day, and you guys will be able to watch over my shoulder. And I made a special intro to today's midday market recap that's going to be on YouTube, so you guys will be able to see that. And it talks a little bit about what we're doing in 2018. So, a couple of, changes with my account, but for the most part, it's, business as usual and just continuing to build this account up as much as I can. So let's look at the P&L today, finishing the year with another $4,000 day. Here we go, $4,114.62, just stacking up those profits. In fact, this has been my best month of my trading career, finishing with $84,369.12. Not quite six figures, but a good month nonetheless, and only 2 red days this month. So I lost $13,000 on my worst day this month and $3,500 on the second red day. So it's about $16,000 in losses versus whatever, I guess 90, versus $100,000 in gains. So puts me at 84,000 on the year, which is, or 84,000 on the month. So, this has just been a great month. But what's interesting is last month I had 2 days where I made like $70,000, and then the rest of the gains were kind of scattered throughout the, the month. This month has been different. December has been really consistent. I had 3 $14,000 days, so that contributes half of my gains, and then the other $40,000, $45,000 is just slow and steady days like this. This week I'm up almost $10,000, and I only traded 3 days, so really can't complain about that at all. You can see today the P&L biggest winner was VTVT. So we'll look at that trade. This one was a continuation setup. So we're watching this based on the break of yesterday's high. So yesterday it was really strong, and you can see how it did these really nice clean pullbacks. It popped up, pulled back, popped up, pulled back. And so I was watching it pre-market for possible continuation. The bell rang, it started to squeeze up. I jumped in at $6, which was a little on the high side. You can see right here, I got in at 6. It squeezed up to a high of 672. That was enough for me to capture $2,800 in profit. So $2,800, not bad at all. Second name on the board today is GCAP. GCAP was also continuation from a big move yesterday. This one was not as clean. I got in it on a red to green move, as you can see here. The bell rang, it dipped down, it then popped back up. I got in at 1280. Was it 1280? Yeah, 1279, 2,500 shares. And I sold at 1309, 1324. High of day on this was 1326. So 2 cents off the high of day is not bad at all. So that was a really nice one. GCAP. A little outside my price range, which is why I went smaller on the share size. And I think that was the right decision. And then the last trade was KOSS. This one popped up on the scanners. It squeezed into a circuit breaker halt. I didn't get in before the halt. That would have been at about 207. It was just the volume was a little too light, but I got in after the halt. So it dropped down and then it popped up. And so I got a little scalp on it and ended up selling. My best exit on this was at 93. So I was in at 232, sold at 293, but really didn't really capture a lot of profit on it. So $500 is really not bad. Yeah, so that's about it for me. I was done by 10:42, so about an hour of trading today. Definitely didn't push my luck. It just stayed focused on looking for A-quality setups and not wanting to overstay my welcome here on the last day of the year. I kind of knew, yesterday I was like, I'd really like to be able to have this be my best month of the year. That means I need to make another like $1,200. And I thought, I don't want to get too fixated on making 1,200 because then I might do something like get too aggressive and, make a mistake. And so I just said, just come in, and if you trade, you trade. If you don't, no big deal. And so I just, took a couple trades and I was able to do pretty well on it. So yeah, VT, I started with 7,500 shares. Actually, that was bigger than I realized. So 7,500 shares. And then I sold half at 24, added back at 626 and 632, sold at 29 and 27, basically break even, but then got back in at 50, sold at 63, 58, added at 70, and sold at 84 and 82. So, again, trading in and around the position, getting in, getting out, getting in, getting out, which is, pretty much par for the course for me. So 35 trades today. You can see my shares, 47,000 shares removed, liquidity, 23,000 adding. So that's not too bad. I guess added more on VT, which is nice. So I get a little rebate on that, on my commissions. But yeah, so anyways, this has been a crazy year. I was, there were points in the beginning or in the middle of the year where I was sort of feeling a little bit bummed out. Things were really slow for me around the middle. And I can show you guys my reports here. These aren't updated. These are only updated through the 22nd. So I have to go in and export all of my recent trades. But if we look at the calendar year, you can see, this is what my P&L was like through the year. So we started really strong. January, actually, that's weird. I guess, why is that? Let's see, 17, and then, yeah, through today. That's interesting. Oh, you know what? I guess that's because I traded in my regular account in January also. So yeah, so this was a small month, and then we really surged up in February, pulled back a little in March, dipped down, and then came out of September, October, strong, November, strong, and here in December, I'll be way up here. So I see no reason that this won't continue into January and February. We may see a little bit of a lull through the summer, but what's interesting is if we look at my 2016 trading year, what you'll see is that my summer was really strong. I was green every single month, but the strength was really in the summer. 3 really great months here: June, July, August, November, and December were also good. And it's just, I don't know why that happened to be the case in 16, and then in 17 the summer was so slow, but I guess just sort of the luck of the draw. So I like to look at these metrics to kind of get a sense of where I'm at, and I'll look at the detailed here. You can sort of see the big picture is accuracy, 68%. That's over 889 trades this year. If we go all the way back to 16, you'll see accuracy 67, 68%. I mean, I am just kind of right on that point, 68, 67%. Some months are higher than others, but profit loss ratio, about 1-to-1 over the last 2 years. Starting just this year, profit loss ratio 1-to-1, but the winners are a little bit bigger. The losers are a little bit bigger as well. So one of the things that we talk about, of course, in the class is we talk about risk management and the importance for every beginner trader. You set your foundation on understanding the risk that you take on every trade. And so we take risk when we have potential for reward. And so I measure profit loss ratio as my average winners versus my average losers. And so here I'm about 1-to-1. And so what do we know about 1-to-1? If you're 1-to-1, you have to be right 50% of the time to break even. And so for me, being right 68% of the time is what makes me profitable. Now, I could also potentially be trading with a profit loss ratio of average winning trade 1,000, average losers only 500. And then if I was right 33% of the time, I would be breaking even. If I was right 50% of the time, I'd be profitable. So it kind of shows you how when you tighten up your losses and you can have a positive profit loss ratio, it can help you set the bar low to make it easier for you to be a profitable trader. But for me, I just had a little bit of a hard time keeping losses tighter. And part of that is because of my strategy. My average trade is 13 minutes. We look all the way back to 16 here. It's 11 minutes per trade. So, these are pretty short trades. And there are just times where I get in and the trade gets away from me and boom, I'm down $1,000 or $2,000 or whatever it is. And you guys have been here, every step of the way for 2017. Every day we've done our midday recap, and there have been some really, difficult days where I was really frustrated, like, my third consecutive red day or my third consecutive red week. And, we just kept doing it, kept doing the recaps. And I think you guys, the feedback I've gotten from everyone is that you've really enjoyed seeing them. And even the red days have been valuable and you've been able to learn a lot from them. So we'll keep doing that in 2018 since I know you guys enjoy it. And the goal is to turn this account into $1 million. So from $583 to $1 million, it may take, it'll certainly take all of next year. I don't expect to make 700,000 or 680,000 next year. So I don't expect to cross $1 million in 2018. I'm kind of thinking it'll happen in 2019, but you never know. I mean, gosh, I keep having $80,000 months. Maybe it could, but I just expect that at some point we will have a slowdown. Things will get choppy and we'll have to make do with only 200 or 300 a day. And it may be for a month or 2 months or even 4 months. And then things will pick back up and that's when it's time to, put the pedal to the metal. And my hope is that, a year from now or 6 months from now, when we see a stock like LFIN, that I might be feeling better suited to trade it. And this is an opportunity that I kind of let, slip by because I didn't feel comfortable trading it both with the price range and with the spreads. But clearly, a trade like that can make or break your month or your year. So I just always want to try to continue to become a better trader. And when I look at my score on the profit trifecta, which we talk about with students, the thing that I really look at for me as being an issue is my profit loss ratio. I wish that I had a better profit loss ratio. You can see right here, I'm actually being only at 1-to-1. I'm way down here. And that's the area where when you look, I'm 65, 68%. That's good. Consistency is on point. So the area I really need to focus on is trying to boost up the profit loss ratio. So how do I do it? Well, there's two ways. One, get bigger winners. Well, that's easier said than done. So number two is tighten up the losses. And, that's what I have to get better at. I've had several losses this year that were just just too big, where I just stare deer in the headlights, and I got to get better at that. So that for me is really the difference probably between having a $300,000 year and having a $500,000 year. But at the same time, it does come back to the strength in the market. And we've had incredible strength in the markets through everything that's going on with the crypto, kind of crypto mania. And so that may well continue in 2018, and we'll just be able to keep kind of riding this wave. But for anyone who has had a little bit of a setback, I'm sure some of you guys are finishing this year in the red. I know what it's like to finish a year in the red. It's not fun. You feel like I put in my time. I was here every single day, and I'm not getting it. What's going on? And inevitably, it's probably that your losses are bigger than your winners, and your accuracy might be on the low side. But I'll tell you, having gone through this journey of teaching myself how to trade, and now getting to the other side, it just comes down to discipline, studying, watching the charts, analyzing your trades, printing out the A quality setups, having them on your all over the place. So when you start to see one forming in real time, that okay, I'm going to be a buyer here, and then the discipline to take the losses when it's not working. But I hope that you guys, don't feel discouraged by seeing this, but feel inspired, because the reality is this is the potential of the market, and this isn't just me. We can take a quick peek at the December challenge. We've had some students this year finishing in, just really, really great shape. John, he's over $300,000 this year as well. Mike, $30,000 on the month. I mean, these are some really big numbers. Tyler, you can see here, he's $12,000, and you'll notice that he is logged into the chat room as our new junior moderator. So he'll be with us through 2018 as a junior moderator. He focuses mostly on swing trades, so you can keep an eye on what he's trading. $12,000 all from swing trades. I mean, trading part-time. That's not bad at all. A couple other traders that did really well, Nate and John. John's in the inner circle. Both of these guys are, earmarked as potential junior moderators coming into 2018. We'll keep an eye on how they trade. But, and Dean has had a little bit of a tough month. He was actually at the first half of the month in really, really good shape. He was up like $15,000, and then he had the snowball day. Broke all the rules, chased a falling knife, and we've all been there. And, you just have to make your way out of it. I mean, and the thing is, he probably on this second day was trading a little impulsively because of the loss on this first day. And so you really have to learn how to have that kind of sense of, where am I at with, my emotions this morning? And I do that every morning. I sit down and I say, okay, did I sleep well? Did I eat well? Do I have a couple of stocks that I like this morning? That's my pre-trading routine. Just like when you're, golfing or you're in baseball and you kind of pre-swing and you're getting yourself loosened up, you're getting ready. That's the same thing we do trading, except it's sort of a mental process. Did I sleep well, eat well? Do I have a couple stocks I like? What's the market like today? Are we in a good market? Are we in a bad market? For me this morning, I came in and I was kind of like, I'm a little tired this morning. It's the end of the week. I'm just not sure. Last night, the middle of the night, our alarm system goes off in the house. So the whole alarm system goes off, and I'm like, it's 2 a.m. or whatever it is. I jump out of the bed, and I'm like, what's going on? Is someone breaking into the house? What's happening? I'm running to my panic room, telling my wife to save herself. And, as I shuffle past the little alarm on the wall, I see that it says, low temperature. So we had, it was like -20 last night with the wind chill. So one of the alarms went off, and, so I had to go downstairs, turn up the heat in that room, and, it just was an ordeal. The alarm company calls, and, I don't fall back asleep for like an hour and a half. I just laid there in bed. So, when I came in this morning, I was like, I'm a little tired. I'm not quite on my game. I sit down and I lose my internet connection. My internet connection goes off. I don't even really get to prepare my pre-market watch list until 9:26. It's 4 minutes to the open, and I don't even really have a watch list. So that was how I kind of started my day today, and that's why I was like, I'm going to be a little bit more conservative. The first trade I took on GCAP was 4 minutes into the day, was smaller size. I didn't go super aggressive, and VTVT, this one was 7 minutes into the day. I kind of knew what was going on there. We'd seen it yesterday, so I ended up putting together a pretty good day. But you have to check in with yourself because when you start the day just not quite focused, not feeling right, it can it can really roll over into the way you trade. So good lessons there for Dean. I know he's getting it, and he understands what he did wrong there, and hopefully he'll really get into gear in January and be in good shape. But we're all in different phases of the learning curve. Where some of us are still going through having 3-4 weeks of great trading and then having that snowball day where you give back all your progress. So 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. And so the goal right now for Dean, I would say, because I was in that position not that long ago, I would say, let's see how many days I can put between me and my next snowball day. Because it's probably going to happen. So let's just try to put as many days between me and that day as possible. And so I'd say, okay, well, maybe I made $30,000 between my last really big red day. And so, all right, that's good. And the red day might have been $5,000 down, which is disappointing, but that's progress. And then just keep trying to space those days out more and more until you're no longer even really aware of it because it's been so long since you had a big red day. But I do that with my own trading, and you guys have seen through the year. I've had days where, in 2 days I lost $15,000, $20,000, $30,000, and now I'm in the hole, and I got to dig my way back out, right? So, that's just part of the deal. But anyway, so let's see. I'll finish my P&L here. So $4,114.62. So there we go, in the green, finishing the month in great shape. So that's about it for me. I'll probably do some type of full 2017 in review next year once I have my broker statements. Of course, they're all going to be uploaded to the website. You guys can look at them as you'd like. This is a journey that transparency was really important to me on. So, every broker statement's been uploaded, and I didn't want any question that this wasn't real money, from $583 to $335,000. So, when I get a call from, I don't know, 21st Century Fox to, make the movie, they're going to want to see those broker statements, and, I'm going to have them there ready to go. So, anyways, you guys can look at those if you want, but I'll upload the new one early January, and it's Matt Damon would probably be the best, I don't know. It's definitely going to be a fight. Leonardo DiCaprio, they're all going to be fighting for this part. And, I'll just, we'll choose the best actor, the one that's the most handsome at the time probably and has the best beard. So anyways, that's about it for me today. This has been a great year, great month. And, we're going to get right back at it first thing, on Tuesday morning. So got a new calendar already. It's over here somewhere. So we'll start January, hopefully see some good opportunities. Beginning of the year, new you. We'll start to build up the cushion, get some profits. And, for any of you guys who, been on the fence about, getting into the Warrior Pro classes or learning more, I'd love to have you guys join. We're going to start a new round of classes in January. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it'll be a great opportunity for you guys to make 2018 your year to master the markets. All right, so anyways, that's it for me, and I will see you all first thing on Tuesday morning next year. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Well, I was just working on the dream board for my next home run trade. Hopefully it comes soon. Until then, make sure you subscribe to get email alerts anytime I go live or upload new videos. Until then, happy surfing